I am here with two very exciting folks, Brian Eyster and Steve Szymanski, from the Telluride Bluegrass Fest, 45th this year.
It is, yes. The legacy continues.
The legacy continues.
Into the third generation now.
We were just talking off air, and you were a young man when you started this, and now you're just a slightly older man.
Yes, Craig Ferguson, who was involved with Fred Shellman even before Planet Bluegrass was founded. But 1989 was the first festival, 29 years old, and I showed up not knowing a whole bunch about festivals.
Amazing.
But we hired some professionals, learned from some of the best, and here we are, many years later, 30 festivals later.
Should I ask you what's changed over the years the most, or is it not? I mean, is it not even worth it at this point? I've seen the pictures of the old festival.
Right. Well, the infrastructure. I mean, the stage, this new stage, third stage now. Since we started producing the festival. But what's really changed is I think really just the expertise of having so many people come back every year and be so good at what they do. That has really made this festival a real special reunion.
You do really have the Muhammad Ali of lineups, don't you? It's like every day you've got a knockout in there, And Chris Thiele obviously is coming in. Anybody who's seen him perform, he's performing 3 out of the 4 days this year.
It's really kind of a Chris Thiele festival in a lot of ways. He's kind of almost every day. He's a big part of the show, and
yeah, I mean, he opens the festival, on Thursday morning, as he has for a number of years now, and it just sets an amazing tone for the festival, both to start with one of the great virtuosos in acoustic music, to start the entire festival at 11 o'clock in the morning on Thursday, and to know that the whole place is full at that point. People aren't just waiting to come for headliners.
Oh, yeah.
That there's 10,000 people in the park for Chris Thiele's opening set of the festival.
Yeah.
It's really unique.
If you drive into Telluride right now, you'll know nobody's waiting for anything. There are just people packed all over the place, which is really nice. It's like a really nice, vibrant start to summer. Now, can you guys talk a little bit about what you do specifically for the festival?
Sure. I mean, so all of us are really involved in booking the music. There's a bunch of us that do that. There's 10 or 12 of us that work on this year-round, and then hundreds that obviously work on the festival in Telluride here once the event gets underway. But I work on publicity and marketing and communications and some of the technology and try to play some music when I can with Steve.
Yeah, that's always our goal is to do the sound check on Wednesday if we can, and get up there, listen to the stage, and have our 5 minutes of fame. Yeah, and keep our foot in both sides of the
You guys are traveling with musical instruments. You walked into our studio today and you have instruments on
Brian does. I like to go into the campground and find a luthier who's built a brand new instrument and say, hey, can I play that? But there's actually plenty of them.
I'm sure there are.
But I'm kind of focused on a lot of things. What's great about small companies, we all wear a lot of hats. And so there's just a lot of cross training and we can all kind of jump around. But a lot of the festival experience is really. There's so many other things going on, and from contest to the workshop program to our whole sponsor area, which has a whole sustainability education, kind of slant to it as well. And we do schools, throughout the season as well. So there's just a lot going on, and that's why I love festivals, because you really get people that come and they're going to be with you for, could be a week, might be longer, But there's a community that forms, and so every year people come back, and then new people come into the fold, and we're just stewards of this spectacular community that's really, really special. From artists right down to the first-time festivarian.
You like the new stage?
Yeah, very much. We're going to like it, more when it's completed, which I think this next year they're going to do the final bathrooms on the stage, finish the dressing rooms out. The whole backstage is going to have a nice catering area and bathroom. So
the sound is pretty amazing.
The sound is amazing, and it lets us do things that we couldn't do before. I mean, like the fact that we're going to do a Peter Rowan set followed by a 2-hour live radio broadcast going out to 2.5 million people.
Is that
the technical demands of that? I don't think could have happened on the old stage.
I see what you're saying.
We feel really fortunate the town invested in the state-of-the-art stage like that.
Yeah, we feel fortunate as well as the town, because I think that we love our festivals and things like that, and we knew that you guys needed something a little bit different. Yeah. So let's get into the nitty-gritty this year. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about some of the bands you're excited about. You could certainly say things that we've seen before, I'm excited about Tedeschi Trucks, I'm excited about Green Sky, things like that. Chris Thiele, obviously, but there's always these little gems that are sort of popping up.
Yeah, I mean, I think surprising ourselves is kind of been the thing we've done a lot in the last years with a lot of these newer international bands. And Brian makes a point of really studying music. In fact, this year, he got into a Finnish kick where he was out there looking at all this Finnish music, and came up with this band Frigg. Which is going to be just tremendous, and no one's ever going to heard of them before, but they're going to knock everybody's socks off. And
they're flying over from Helsinki.
Yeah,
and their summer was basically all done. And I think within the band they said, well, we really don't want any more gigs unless for some reason Telluride called, and we reached out to them, and they're like, yes, and they confirmed like a day later. It was amazing.
Well, you guys are sort of the premier festival, right?
Yeah. For string bands, it's the place to be. And so they're going to be fascinating. There's a band from Australia playing Friday morning, the Maze, who are just wonderful. It's two sisters who grew up kind of in the harmony folk singing world in Australia and write beautiful songs. It can be just a stunning way to start a Friday. It's them followed by Frigg from Finland. St. Paul and the Broken Bones are going to be amazing on Saturday night. It's
going to be a soul session you haven't heard on that stage for
horn section, from Alabama, just fantastic.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you have somebody that just scouts Alabama music? I feel like that's I feel like that's probably a good thing to continue to scout.
Well, what's great about having a team of it's really 4 or 5 of us that really just go out, and I've been to Scotland twice in the last year. Kind of got into the whole Celtic world over there, and we all just have our interests, and it does make for a really deep variety of music. That all is connected though. I mean, it really, the folk bluegrass tradition is I think represented almost every band, but then you really get to see what's possible when you're a little adventurous with the music. And this festival, from the beginning, if there's one signature of the Telluride Bluegrass Festival is it's adventurous music, and that we've done all we can to preserve that, and really just create an atmosphere where artists come and they really want to stretch and do something special and something that's a little out of the box maybe.
And then you guys are also doing a free, I don't want to talk about this, you're doing a bunch of givebacks to the community and those kind of things. You're doing a free concert, aren't you? There's Billy Strings playing.
Wednesday night, Billy Strings and Little Smokies and Sunset Plaza here in Mountain Village. That should be off the hook.
I'm sure.
Maybe the biggest first grass show we've ever done. And that's 5 to 8 o'clock on Wednesday. And then the Elks Park, there's performances throughout the festival, Thursday to Sunday. They're all free in Elks Park. And those are bands, unique bands that are only playing there. There's a band from Ireland coming just to play in Elks Park. And some cool collaborations, and as well as the band and troubadour contest. And that's all just for people who are in town and want to wander over to Elks Park.
Is that that Elks Park stage too? Is that a way for you guys to sort of scout somebody playing live? You know what I mean? Like you like them, but they're not quite at the main stage yet, or what is that? How does that work?
Yeah, there's always a couple invites. People aren't playing the main stage, but then a lot of the artists want to kind of play with each other in unique collaborations, and so they'll call up and. We'll just get calls and say, hey, I want to do something with, Bal and Egger want to do something. Or
Drew Emmett wanted to put together a band with his kids. So Drew Emmett of Leftover Salmon. So he's forming the Emmett family band just to play at Elks Park.
And
great. Edgar Meyer's playing with his son George, both virtuosos. And
we've got a couple classical kind of sets that are going to go on, on Friday. It's really really neat.
It's really nice. The town is filled with music, as it is for some of the other festivals too. But I mean, if you're going to pack the town that full of people listening and things like that, it's nice that it sort of happens all over the place. Guys, thanks so much for being here with us today, and have a good festival, I guess.
Thanks,
have a good sound check. Yeah?
Yeah, we're nervous.
We're going to do Wichita Linemen.
We got to learn a song.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, you're obviously not working hard enough.
Right.
No. But seriously though, enjoy. I'm sure you're working, but enjoy the festival. Enjoy what you put together for this community. We're really appreciative of it. I would tell you to go online and get tickets, but you can't. So go on the Sweet Deals, Real Deals, check around town. People are probably selling tickets or whatever, but it's a sold out fest.
Well, as Brian said, plenty of chances to get some music this weekend. So,
Thanks a lot, guys.
You're welcome.
Cheers,
Thanks.